Ball with the battery mate. The first hitter will be Brian Hillier, and he swings and misses at a McCutcheon fastball for strike one. It'll be Hillier, Lucas, and Grimm, the 1-2-3 hitters, against Greg McCutcheon, who's in with a mark of 5 victories and 2 defeats. We'll be telling you more about each of the players as the game progresses. The 0-1. Curveball is chopped in front of the plate. Baldwin picks it up. He'll throw on to Murray, who has a fine stretch for the out.
Baldwin came out through the inside part of the diamond. Murray made a good stretch. Once again, John back first two keep swing. One a miss and one a little quicker in front of the plate.
Hillier was in at 358. He's playing out in right field this evening. Made a fine defensive play, as did fellow outfielder Joe Scardina, who made 2 on long fly balls hit by Steubenville. The second batter is second baseman Robbie Lucas. Lucas in at 353. McCutcheon's fastball is ripped on 2 hops down behind third. It's a fair ball, fielded nicely by Rory, and he makes a fine play, our first fine play of the game.
A real fine play by Rory. Goes 2-3 steps behind third, sets his feet, and makes a strong throw to Dave Murray. And not to be there, but Lucas and Jack swings the first two. So Toronto are very offensive-minded team, as they have been all through the tournament, coming out and playing the best. 2 up and 2 down to Ricky Grimm, the shortstop, who was the hero Monday evening, a homer, a single, and 6 of the 10 Toronto RBIs. Grimm in at 368. McCutcheon's fastball hit on the first pitch to Nodian as he's up. His throw to Murray, and it's a 1-2-3 inning for McCutcheon as he retires the side on only 4 pitches. Very similar to Todd Gregorczyk the other night, and at the end of a half inning, no score, and we'll be back. Baldwin in at 220 will lead off against Jimmy Hiltz. Baldwin has 1 home run and 16 RBIs, and he pops the first pitch into center field, and it's going deep. Davey Kestner back near the warning track and on the warning track as the ball carried a long way to dead center field right in front of the flagpole.
370.
Briskly to right center field, and that ball had a lot of carry on it.
Number 23. The balls just seem to carry extremely well here at the Faro Field. Here's a former Williamsville High School fellow beside us. He's the engineer down at STP. Did you know that, Mr. Nolan? There's a fastball inside and low to Bill Rory, the third baseman. Rory in at 313 has 1 homer and 26 RBI. Fastball is high, and it's 2-0 to Bill.
You might mention Steubenville dressing in gray attire and seating from the Bill and Gold Toronto in their traditional white red and blue.
2-0 to Rory. Fastball outside, and it's 3-0. Hiltz behind the first batter here. Second hitter in the Steubenville half of the first. No score as Toronto was retired on 4 pitches by McCutcheon. Davis on deck. Hiltz's fastball is high, and Rory with a 1-out walk is at first. The batter will be Robbie Davis. Davis in at 440. 44 hits, 8 doubles, 2 triples, and 3 homers, and he leads the Steubenville squad with 30 RBIs. Ricky Grimm leads all batters for both squads with 39 RBIs, 6 of them in 2 for Monday's game. There's a fastball down the pipe. Davis taking all the way. Rory at first, and 1 down here in the Steubenville bottom of the first.
Defensively, Davis in second tonight, no units over short. That due to the fact that Rob still has a slight muscle pull in his hip area. Has a little problem including left and right.
Just another super crowd on hand, and the cars are still coming in. There's a breaking ball hit into center field. Kestner over to his right about 3 steps, and he makes the play. So Kestner has retired the first and third batters on 5 balls to straightaway center and to left center. 2 down, and Rory still at first here in the Steubenville first.
Hiltz came that time with a breaking ball. Number 17. Got fair wood on it. I guess we should say Mike Nodianis now steps in. Mike was hitting the ball very, very hard.
He's at 396, had 3 hits the other night. Swings and misses at a Hiltzy fastball. Nodianis leads both squads in home runs with 8, and he has a total of 33 RBIs, and he rips one down the left field line. Rory was moving. He's around second. Here comes the left fielder, Scardina's throw. It will not be in time. Nodianis will hold it first. Good fielding, though, by Joe Scardina. As letting the ball get by him, Rory would have scored.
Just out and played the rest of the outfield play of Toronto in the last 2 ball games. Scardina crossing over to the line and holding.
Now batting, first baseman, number 19, Dave Murray.
Livingston Nodianis. The batter will be David Murray. Murray, 24 for 81. He's in with 1 home run and 18 RBIs. He's hitting .296.
One thing that I think Coach Grimm might be making everybody aware of is the first base situation. What are we going to do if a runner for Steubenville advances toward second? Are we throwing through, cutting off? Just trying to make sure that everybody knows what's going on in this situation.
Well, the conference is over, and you made a good point because Nodianis is a decent base runner, as is Rory. Chuck Watt flashing his signals to David Murray. And Hiltz will work from the stretch. McGrath hangs the sign. Here comes the first pitch to Murray, and it's a fastball right down the pipe. And Jimmy Hiltz throwing good fastballs this evening.
Yeah, he looks like his fastball's very much alive. The ball has a little bit of movement on it, and that's usually a good sign.
Check of the runners. The 0-1 is a breaking ball. Nice backhanded stop by McGrath, preventing the wild pitch.
Excellent stop by McGrath. He jumped out there and one-handed the ball rather than getting his body in front of it, but nonetheless he made the stop.
Here comes the 1-1. Fastball fouled straight back. You can't say enough for the fine young players representing both of these squads. They've got a number of sophomores and juniors and even a freshman on their squads that are playing in the starting lineups.
That's true, John. I anticipate that several years down the road, these teams will be battling tooth and nail continuously through the season and on into the tournaments as their legion careers continue.
Two down here in the bottom half of the first. First and third, and a 1-2 count to Murray, and it's just down to the curveball, and it's 2-2. David almost had a notion. Murray with a very close stance, hits the ball well to right center. The 2-2 pitch, the runner's moving. Murray drives it into the hole, threw over, back into the Martin County. However, will not be able to make any kind of a play as he was shooting over towards second. Infield single for Murray. The curveball. He gets the first RBI of the game. And like yesterday, or on Monday that is, Steubenville jumps on top. They had a 2-0 in their first game. They're leading 1-0. Nodianis moves to second. As Grimm backhanded the ball, but would not have been able to make a play, and it's 1-0. Cockrell fouls the first pitch back and out of play. Jay hitting at .345. The Buckeye South athlete is in with 3 home runs and 28 RBIs.
Well, as far as Steubenville is concerned, that's a good sign for them to jump out and get ahead in this game.
The 0-1, curveball, a little low, and the count is 1-1 to Cockrell. Murray at first on the infield single, and Nodianis at second on the ripper down the left field line. Rory has scored the first run of the game on the infield single by Murray. On deck, Mike Lorak. Crowd continues to pack in. The pitch is chopped to second base. Over nicely is Lucas, and he steps on second, forcing the runner Murray. Inning for Steubenville. 1 run coming on 2 hits. There was a walk in the inning, no errors, and 2 runners left. At the end of 1, Steubenville on top, 1-0.
Defensively, Steubenville shows Rory at third, Nodianis at short, Davis at second, and Murray at first. Johnny Ball behind the dish, and Greg Preston on the mound for the interface at the time.
And the first pitch to Kevin McGrath, and he fouls it. No, it's not fouled. It stings into fair territory. Baldwin has to hurry, and he got it. As the ball hit the plate and bounced down the third baseline, Baldwin on it like a hawk. I thought the ball was fouled, but it wasn't. It went into fair territory. Baldwin moving after it, retires Kevin McGrath, so Toronto's now had 3 of their 4 batters swing at the first pitches. 4 up and 4 down for McCutcheon.
Another excellent hustling play by Johnny Baldwin, jumping out from behind the plate and making a strong throw to Dave Murray at first.
The hitter is Joe Scardino, and Scardino swings at the first pitch. Murray glides to his right, makes the backhanded stop on the McCutcheon to retire Scardino. Scardino was in at .331, and he's retired. First baseman to the pitcher, 3-1, and that's the 4th Toronto batter now that swung at the first pitch. 2 up and 2 down.
McCutcheon got over there.
That play was not made to stop it. McCutcheon was aware his job was to be at first base. Murray led him perfectly to the throw, and as a result, they got the out.
The batter is Timmy O'Hollick, the 3rd baseman, in at .276. Fastball right down the middle. We haven't been able to give you their RBI totals and so forth because they're swinging quickly at the McCutcheon deliveries.
That's the first pitch I believe they've taken all evening.
Well, Hellier swung at the first pitch, but that is the first pitch they took. There's a curveball, and it's high, and the count is even at 1-1. Hellier swung at the first and hit the second. Lucas, Grimm, McGrath and Scardina all have hit the first pitch. 1-1 to Timmy. Fastball is chopped down to second base on 2 hops. Davis up and on to Murray. And another 1, 2, 3 innings for Toronto. Nothing across in their half of the second. At the end of an inning and a half, Steubenville 1, Toronto nothing. Florak hitting at 300. Playing out in right field for post 33. Here comes Jimmy Hiltz, his first pitch to the lefty, and it's right down the pipe for a called strike. Hiltz having trouble with only 1 batter. Rory walked him on 4 pitches, but has thrown strikes for the most part. On deck, Paul Zorni. Curveball just low, and it's 1-1. Florak in with 3 home runs and 21 RBIs.
Staying ahead of the headers is very important.
Fastball gets away from McGrath off his glove and back to the screen, and it's 2-1 to Florida.
Nolan gets the ball.
Just another super crowd here at Vaquero Field this evening. A tribute to these 2 fine squads battling it out for the 10th District Legion Championship. It's low, and it's 3-1.
The crowd, John, as I look around from our vantage point, I think this is actually a larger crowd than what we had here.
As we've got cars all in the outfield, which we didn't have the other evening. Way inside, and Hiltz has walked his second batter, Florak, and he's aboard on a leadoff walk here in the Steubenville second.
Now batting the center fielder, number 12,
Paul Zorni.
Paul Zorni.
In center field, he's batting .345, no home runs. He's hit 3 triples and has 8 RBIs. He's another lefty.
Steubenville getting the leadoff man on, no one out. Third baseman Tim Mahalik up to the edge of the grass and now creeping in even further.
And he pops the first one back, and that's surprising because Steubenville in the past, anytime they got a runner on with nobody out, bunts with any batter in the order.
This kid's a pretty good bunter, too.
Maybe they've changed their thinking a little bit. As we mentioned, third baseman Mahalik is up, and there's a good possibility that Zorni might get one by him if he gets towards left field.
He's up in the box this time. Let's see what he does. Well, he's going to swing away, and it's outside, and it's 1-1.
Like 2?
Two balls.
2 balls.
No, I think they just have the scoreboard marked wrong. It's outside, foul outside. Excuse me, the first pitch was a strike. I didn't see the hand go up, so maybe it is 1 and no balls and 2 strikes. Excuse me.
Yeah, he fouled the first one.
Did foul the first one off, so I missed that one. I thought the second was a ball. Evidently was a strike. It's 0-2 with Florak at first, and Hilt steps off. Didn't like the lead that Florak had. Also doesn't like the baseball that he's received, and he's asking for another one.
You know what that was?
Who's that gopher down there again for post 33 with the bats and the balls?
Oh, that happens to be Ryan Nolan, John.
It's that golfer. We're still waiting for that golf match. I think he's afraid of me. He's been avoiding me. We're in the bottom half of the second. Steubenville 1-0 on a Murray RBI single in the first. Zorni's the batter with an 0-2 count, and pitcher McCutcheon on deck. Curveball outside, and it's 1-2.
1 ball, 2 strikes.
Just a super duper crowd, and cars continue to come into Vaquero Field. Zorni drives one deep down the right field line. Going back is Hellier near the foul line, and he makes a fair ball catch and records the first out of the inning. The throw back to first, not in time. As Nick Murphy, the first base umpire, went right down the line. Second base umpire Frank Landy moved over to first to make the safe call. 1 down as Zorni skies hit Hellier in deep right field down the line. The batter will be Greg McCutcheon, the pitcher.
Zorni really did not get all of that pitch, John. It was in on his hands, and even with that factor, he did hit that ball a long way.
McCutcheon hitting at 125. He will bunt. He's up in the box. Fastball taken for a strike. The throw down to first. And Florak is picked off. That comes it down to first baseman Ty Allen, who had Michael Florak dead to rights as he goes back into first. 2 down in the inning.
Just got a little bit too far off, and as a base runner in that situation, you just got to wait till the ball's in front of you.
The 0-1 is a curveball inside. Florak evidently thinking that McCutcheon was going to bunt the pitch, which was a fastball right down the center of the plate. The 1-1 from Hiltz. 2 down in the inning. Swung on and missed by McCutcheon. And it's 1-2. Jimmy looking for his first strikeout. He's walked 2.
Come on, dude.
He gets his sign for McGrath. Fastball just outside. As Kevin moved that glove back in, trying to get the strike call. It's 2-2.
Pretty good location on that pitch, though, John. It's just outside, but a pitch with 2 strikes is better than thinking about.
There's a fastball popped into straightaway center field. Kessler back a step and now in a step, and he puts it away for the third out of the inning. A 1-2-3 inning, benefited by the pickoff. McGrath to Allen gets Hiltzy out of any trouble, and at the end of 2, Steubenville leads it 1-0. Let's hope that the weather continues to be fine. There are a lot of weather warnings out in the tri-state area. The first pitch to Ty Allen is a fastball outside for ball 1. Ty at first base hitting at .232. He's in with no home runs and 5 RBIs. Here's the fastball right down the middle, and that's McCutcheon's best pitch. He's only going to be a junior at Buckeye North, and he throws hard.
No doubt, John. He's been pitching since he's been a freshman down here and gained valuable experience each year.
He's 1-1 against Toronto on the season. Breaking ball, swung on and missed. Probably his best curveball of the day, and Allen is behind 1-2 on the count.
I think that is probably the one thing that he has developed over the last few years since I've seen him as a freshman. It's a much better breaking ball.
On deck is pitcher Jim Hiltz. The 1-2. Fastball just fouled. As it's 2-2, a real strong fastball by McCutcheon as that ball had movement on it similar to Hiltz's fastball.
Very good fastball. A lot of movement, and we can see that very well from where we're sitting. 2-2 pitch. Fastball is grounded to short. Nodianis on the short hop, on to Murray, in tank. 7 up and 7 down for McCutcheon. That'll bring up Jim Hiltz, the pitcher. Now we might mention the fine job that Mike Nodianis has done since he moved
Number
to
17, the pitcher, Jim Hiltz.
Both of them are real fine athletes, and I'm sure that they can adjust in any situation and really play any position that Coach Watt might ask them to play.
Well, Nody had all that high school experience at short. He was the starting shortstop last year for Post 33. As the fastball to Hiltz is inside for a ball. I'm not sure about Davis. I know he played third and short for a year in his 2 or 3 years of ball at Wintersville.
Yeah, when he was a sophomore, he played all the positions.
Fastball is a called strike to Hiltz, and it's 1-1. Jimmy got 245.
McCutcheon, as we mentioned, is very strong at this point. His fastball, and he's been around the plate, and that's the key.
No homers and 9 RBIs for Hiltz. Curveball is a beauty, and it's 1-2 to Hiltz.
Babe, keep it up, babe. Keep it up.
Lollipop type curve or the old roundhouse type curve, but just a real good sharp breaking curveball.
The 1-2 to Hiltz. Sidearm fastball is high, and it's 2-2. So in this inning, McCutcheon has gone 2-2 to Allen and now to Hiltz. The 2-2 delivery. Fastball, 1 hopper back to the mound, the comebacker. McCutcheon on to Murray, and 2 up, 2 down here in the
Oh,
third.
you a slick little kid, you.
Now retired by the Steubenville right-hander.
McCutcheon looks
Now
very
batting,
cool,
the
calm,
center
out
fielder,
there at
number
this
10,
point. And of course,
Dave
Jim
Kessler.
Nelson, Brian, he had mentioned not out of this game by any means, and they're looking to get something started here. Dave Kessler will be the batter. He's the left-hand batter for Toronto. Bill Rory moves in a few steps at third, and left fielder Jay Copeland moves up a few steps. And, if I remember, Dave will hit the ball left field, John.
Yes, he will. He's a good handler of the bat in at 239. Fastball high. Davey in at 239, no home runs, and 8 RBIs.
Also an excellent punter.
Stands far away from the plate, holds the bat down at the end. The pitch is low, and it's 2-0 to Dave.
2 balls, no strikes.
On deck, leadoff batter Brian Hellier. Infield and outfield are deep. Fastball down the pipe, and it's 2-1.
Good comeback
Like they're
pitch
starting
that
to
time
take
by
some.
McCutcheon, behind 2 balls and no strikes. He came right down the pipe, and
Johnny's sitting up outside
Paul
there.
Zorni, the center fielder, shading to left center. 2-1 inside ball is chopped down the first baseline and foul, fielded by first base coach, former Toronto Legion player Bruce Calabrese. Dave Grimm coaching over at third.
Kessler trying to stay alive in there now with 2-2 count. Of course, McCutcheon trying to get him out with this pitch right here. Doesn't want to go 3-2.
Fastball got him. The first strikeout of the game for either pitcher is recorded by McCutcheon. Another 1-2-3 inning for the Steubenville right-hander. Nothing across in the Toronto third. At the end of 2.5, Steubenville leads it 1-0. And as a result, I think the kids might be just a little tight. Here comes the first pitch to ball Curveball drops in high. Baldwin flied out to center field on the first pitch from Hiltz, back in the bottom of the first, when Steubenville played it the only run of the game. There's a fastball. It's just high, and it's 2-0.
John, you notice anything similar about John Baldwin and George Henry who played with the St. Louis Cardinals?
Well, I think they both stand 9 miles away from the plate.
How about the way they wear their pants?
Very low. There's a fastball for a strike. Yes, you can hardly see their socks. Their stirrups. All you can see is the bottom. 2-1 from Hiltz. Low, and it's 3-1 on deck. Bill Rory, who walked and scored the only run of the game on the infield single by Dave Murray. 3-1 delivery. Fastball right down the pipe, and Baldwin taken all the way for strike 2. The count is run out on Johnny. Watt coaching at third, Red Kohler over at first. Payoff pitch is fouled at the plate. Up at the foot of Baldwin.
Being a leadoff man, as John has been throughout the entire season for Post 33, I'm sure he's been in this situation with 3-2 counts on it many times, and as we alluded to the other evening, he doesn't need to game and walk.
Here comes the payoff pitch. Pop to the right side. Allen may have a play over near the Steubenville dugout, and he won't get it as it hits on top of the Steubenville dugout, and the count will hold.
Baldwin standing in the batter's box there, several steps out of the batter's box, waving with his right arm for that ball to get out of there. He wanted to stay alive in there and have another shot at it.
Steubenville looking for their 32nd trip to Athens for the state championship. Toronto looking for their first trip in their second year of existence in this decade. However, they did have a Legion team back in the 50s, according to Dutch Nordiger Jr. from the Toronto American Legion Post. Baldwin making Hiltz work. 7 pitches. This is his 8th pitch. He's taking the left field for a base hit.
John did exactly what the Roberts meant for a 3-2 count. He knew that Hiltz probably wanted to be around the plate, but he didn't want to walk him. And from Hiltz's point of view, that's probably just as well as a walk.
Rick Grimm for Toronto and Nubianis for Steubenville played close at the second base and they do the third. Rory, the hitter, walked and scored a run in the first. Up at third is Zohalik looking for the bunt. Rory squares. He drops it down the first baseline. Allen picks it up. He'll throw on to Lucas covering from the out. Baldwin is racing to third. There's the throw and it's in time. Zohalik came in for the bunt. Grimm did not get over, and alertly Baldwin came all the way around the third and gets that base running by John Baldwin.
Very nice play.
Number 18.
Left fielder Joe Scordina came running in and was almost able to cover third on the play. So Steubenville with a runner in scoring position at third, 1 out. And Robbie Davis, who flied to Kessler in center, is the batter, and the infield is up only at third. Stretched by Hiltz, and the pitch moves Davis off the plate.
Robbie as well as being a very good hitter and an excellent bunter, and of course Coach Watt will have to make that decision whether we're going to bunt or hit away here in this situation as far as Post 33 is concerned. I really feel he's going to be swinging back.
The infield deep, I think he'll hit away, and he drives one to deep left field. Scordina going back on the warning track, and he makes the catch. Easily tagging from third with Baldwin for the second run of the game, and Davis with a long fly to left. That's the second RBI, and it's 2-0 Steubenville.
John, I can have to hustle run as far as the team going out. Heads up base.
Shortstop, number 17, Mike Nodianis.
Is that a manufactured run?
I would say that's a manufactured hustle run, yes.
2-0 to Mike Nodianis. Nodianis a single down the third baseline in the first inning, takes a call strike from Hiltz. So a single, a sacrifice, and a sacrifice fly has given Steubenville their second run as Nodianis goes to the breaking ball and comes up empty, and Hiltz is ahead 0-2 with Dave Murray on deck.
Real good breaking pitch that time by Vinny looking down the way, and Mike took a real hard cut at it.
The wind by Hiltz. Another curveball into the dirt and just beautifully dug out by Kevin McGrath with the backhand.
You cannot say enough about both catchers. McGrath and Baldwin have just done an excellent job behind the plate, blocking pitches and throwing runners out.
It's 1-2 to Nody Yanis. Curveball is grounded to short. Grimm has it. Grimm's throw on to Allen is just in time to retire Nody Yanis on a close play, but a well-played ball by Grimm. And in the inning for Steubenville, 1 run on 1 hit. There were no errors and nobody left. And at the end of 3, Steubenville has the lead, 2-0.
Hilliard.
McCutcheon has thrown 23 pitches in 3 innings, and Hiltz has thrown 45. Top half of the 4th. Hilliard, Lucas, and Grimm, fastball high. Ryan chopped one down the first baseline, and Baldwin picked it up and threw him out to lead the game off. The 1-0 from McCutcheon. Hilliard shows bunt, takes a strike on the inside corner. Ryan on deck is Rob Lucas.
Ryan Hilliard very close to the plate that time, walked out of the batter's box. That was probably about the inside. He's up very, very tight on the plate.
1-1. Curveball chopped back to the screen and out of play. It's 1-2 to Bryant. 9 up and 9 down for pitcher Greg McCutcheon. He's been perfect so far. Hiltz has pitched well, but Steubenville has manufactured a couple of runs, and they lead it 2-0.
1 ball, 2 strikes.
Just a super-duper crowd here as the tents are up on the campus of the University of Steubenville for the youth conference starting on Saturday. The 1 and the 1-2. Curveball comes swinging on the outside.
Next batter, the second baseman, number 32, Rob Lucas.
1 up and 1 down, and now 10 straight retired by McCutcheon. Lucas grounded to Rory at deep third, and Rory made a fine play back in the first inning. Fastball just outside.
Bob Lucas basically a full hitter, John. He likes the ball in a little bit rather than out of the way. He likes to hit the ball left center.
Turned your mic down, Joe, with your arm. You didn't realize it. So the count is 1-1 as Lucas goes for the fastball and doesn't get it. 2-0 Steubenville, top half of the 4th. Curveball is fouled to the right side and into the Steubenville dugout. And once again, McCutcheon working ahead of the hitters has Lucas in the hole at 1-2.
Very much so, John. And any pitcher that can do that, regardless of who he's pitching for, is going to be very effective.
Here's the wind by McCutcheon. The 1-2. Curveball coming strong on the same type of pitch that he retired Hilliard's first strike.
Almost the exact location as the pitcher that he threw earlier, as you mentioned. And right now, McCutcheon seems to be very much in demand of
Next batter, the shortstop,
pitches
number
are
20,
fastball,
Rick
nothing
Grimm.
other than that. And we have 3 locations of those 2 pitches are going to be effective.
I'll say this, though. Both of the pitches that they swung at were balls. They were outside as they broke outside.
Yes, very sharp breaking balls.
They were pulled, and they're tough pitches to take. Ricky Grimm takes a curveball that is high. Grimm grounded to Nody Yanis at short back in the first. 11 straight retired by McCutcheon.
Rick had a game that he'll never forget, I'm sure, in his lifetime the other evening up here, John.
6 RBIs. Fastball is chopped to third. Rory glides into the hole. He makes a stop. His strong throw to Murray is in time. And another 1-2-3 innings for Greg McCutcheon. Nothing across for Toronto in the 4th. At the end of 3.5, Steubenville 2, and Toronto Post 86, nothing. RBI infield single back in the first as his ground ball into the hole was stopped by Grimm nicely, but he couldn't make a play, and Rory scored from third. Hiltz winds, and the first pitch to Dave is a fastball outside.
Dave's been doing an excellent job to put his runner down to first base, scooping balls out of the dirt and making wide catches. Real fine job defensively. Second pitch is also on the outside lines. We'll see Marcus in the scorebook.
He's checking McCutcheon's pitching log. 33 pitches in 4 innings. That's 8 an inning. Hiltz's fastball is on the outside corner, taken by Murray. That's 3-1. Jimmy's throwing 45 in 3 innings.
That's not too bad either.
Not too bad. Get between 10 and 15 an inning. You're doing a good job. The fastball is outside, and it's 3-1. Joe, more cars are coming in. Just a great tribute to these youngsters. And it's outside. It's Hiltz. He's not going to close his plate on his last 2 pitches. And Murray receives the 3rd walk of the game from the Toronto right-hander, and that'll bring up left fielder Jay Copro. Jay hit into an inning at Forsyth back in the Steubenville first.
As you mentioned, a great tribute to the kid, and also a great tribute to the fans who have come here and support both Post 96 and Post 33, and baseball fans in general.
And they're seeing a fine game. Copro bunts it down the first baseline, Hiltz off between home and first, and throws on to Allen to sacrifice the second for Steubenville. And Copro is retired, pitcher to first. 1 down in the inning. Murray moving on to second, and it'll be Michael Florak, who led the second off with a walk, but was picked off on a fine throw from McGrath to Allen.
Hiltz going to have to work real hard here. He's facing 2 left-handed batters, and the only 2 left-handed batters Steubenville has in their lineup, in Florak and Zorni.
Florak swings, hits it off the end of the bat. Grimm into the hole. Grimm's going to have a tough play. On to Allen, he's not in time. Grimm was cheating over towards second. He's trying to hold Murray close. The ball went off the end of Florak's bat to straightaway shortstop. Dave made a fine play and a fine throw, and Allen stretched nicely. But Florak, the left-hander, just beat it.
Well, that's the advantage to the left-hand batter. These 2 and 3 steps.
Now, the center fielder, number 12, ball, Jordy.
Murray at third now, and Florak to first. 1 down. Fastball is low and blocked nicely by McGrath to Paul Zorni with a good shot down the right field line, but Hillier was over and made the catch back in the second.
Runners on the corner and 1 out.
The 1-0 pitch from Hiltz as he checks both runners and he steps off. And Zorni takes the time to step out of the batter's box with pitcher Greg McCutcheon on deck.
Normally you would not see a squeeze play with a left-hand batter up for obvious reasons. I think Zorni probably was swinging away.
Fastball is outside and it's 2-0. Hiltz in trouble here. A walk, a sacrifice, and an infield single. The second infield single by Steubenville this evening, and it's first and third and 2-0 to Paul Zorni. Pitch is popped up into short left center field. Scardina coming on. I don't think Murray can tag on this ball. He fakes the run. Scardina's throw is high, but it's right to the plate. McGrath catches it. Holding at third is Murray, and holding at first is Florak. 2 down, and Zorni pops to Joe Scardina in short left field. That'll bring up pitcher McCutcheon.
John, are you so much surprised that the runner at first base once he saw that throw was high and
Number 10, Greg.
Could have been an easy move up by young Michael Florak because there was no way that third baseman or first baseman, Oholic or Allen, could cut that off. And out of the dugout is Dave Grimm. We've got pitchers warming up in the Toronto pen, and I think it's Dougie Romo warming up. We'll check the number. If Jim Blackburn or one of the PA people or press box people can check that Toronto number. If we do, in fact, have a pitching change.
Well, if it is Doug Rommel, when an empty position will all be $5
It's a right-hander, John. That's all I can
Coach
tell you.
Green giving some defensive instructions to his team, wanting to go out, even with 2 outs, wants to set the defense, let everybody be aware of what could possibly happen here. And Steubenville still has runners on the corners. The 4th inning, and of course, they have 2-0.
Well, he just wanted to talk maybe about the first and third situation.
It's a very, very tough situation to cover defensively. What are we going to do if he goes? Are we cutting off? Are we going through? Many possibilities we have to consider.
So Hiltz stays in. First pitch to McCutcheon is chopped down to third. Deep short. It went past the third baseman, and Grimm cannot make a play. The only play would have been made by Jimmy Oholic as it was a slow chopper. Oholic could not field it. Grimm did field it in deep short. However, he had no play anywhere.
Had to come into the hole while the ball slightly ahead.
at second, and McCutcheon on first with an RBI infield single, and Johnny Baldwin the hitter. He's 1 for 2, and he takes a fastball inside. He scored a run.
John Green continues to play in that same exact spot, more towards second and down into the hole.
Fastball swung on and missed, and the count is even to Baldwin at 1-1. Baldwin singled the lead off to third, moved all the way to third on Rory's sacrifice bunt, and scored on Robbie Davis' sacrifice fly to Scardina. The 1-1 pitch. Curveball of beauty, swung on and missed, and Hiltz looking for his first strikeout. It could be a big one. He trails 3-0, and Steubenville has 2 on and 2 out. A 1-2. Another curveball into the dirt, and it's blocked again nicely by McGrath. Count is now 2-2. On deck is Bill Rory. Steubenville leads at 3-0, the same score that they led Monday evening's game.
Come on.
2-2 count on Baldwin. 2 on and 2 out. Deuces are wild. Inside almost hit him. The count is full, and the runners will now have the advantage as they'll be moving with 2 out and a full count.
Anything you forget, scored 2 runs for post 33, and once again, John Baldwin took his excellent eyes and played that one. Jim Hiltz with a 3-2 count.
Kessner in left center field. The outfield is deep. The full count pitch is low for ball 4. Walk number 2 of the inning and the 4th of the game. And Steubenville has the sack jam to third baseman Bill Rory.
Now up, the third baseman, number 23, Bill
Rory
Rory.
is 0 for 0. He walked and scored in the first and sacrificed in the third. Hiltz in a big jam. Although Steubenville has not hit the ball hard in the inning. They've got 2 hits and 2 walks and a run in. Fastball is perfect for a strike. Rory taking all the way.
He did exactly what he had to that time. He shoved that first pitch right down the gut. Good fastball, Rory taking all the way.
Full windup. Curveball is good to deep left. Is it fair? No, it's hooking foul.
Where he had his home run the other day.
No, advantage Hiltz in this situation. No balls, 2 strikes.
No balls, 2 strikes.
He can come with whatever pitch he chooses to come to. He still has 2 pitches until he's back in with Rory.
Tony Benger, the third base umpire, moving deep down the left field line. It wasn't close as the ball hooked foul. Rory standing far away from the plate with a closed stance. Hiltz gets a sign from McGrath. Here's a big pitch, the 0-2. Curveball, got him swinging. First strikeout, and it's a big one. Steubenville with another run on 2 hits. There were no errors in the inning, and 3 big runners left. And at the end of 4, post 33 leads post 86, 3-0. So they trail 3-0 here, and we're in the 5th. 33 pitches in 4 innings for McCutcheon, 65 delivered by Jimmy Hiltz. First delivery to Kevin McGrath is outside for a ball. McGrath went out, pitcher to first. As he chopped one down the third baseline that Baldwin was all over. Back in the second. 1-0 is a called strike on a fastball, and it's 1-1. Baldwin hitting a .314 and batting in the number 4 position with Joe Scardina on deck.
Key to McCutcheon thus far, John, he's been around the plate all week.
Curveball is popped up behind short. Nodianis going back in the short left center, and he makes the catch going away from the diamond.
1 down.
1 up and 1 down. Correct. McCutcheon has been perfect.
Now up to 4 and 1/3 number 23, Joe
Scardina, the hitter. He went out Murray to McCutcheon on a fine play from first base with the pitcher. Between first and second in the hole, Murray backhanded and threw on to McCutcheon. Fastball is right down the middle for a called strike.
And McCutcheon continues to work on top. If you notice, Toronto has started to take a few more pitches than he did in the earlier innings.
They're going to have to. They trail 3-0. As McCutcheon throws strikes. Whoop! There's a curveball that got away, and it hit Scardina.
I thought he caught it. He didn't catch it.
As he backed away, and he hit him on the backside, and he caught the ball with his right hand. So the first base runner against McCutcheon reaches on a hit batsman, and that's Joe Scardina. And even trailing 3-0, he's a threat to go.
Joe Scardina possesses very good speed, and I'm sure that McCutcheon, that fastball, or that
Next
curveball,
up,
just
the third baseman, number 21, Tim O'Hara.
out there.
Let's see how he works from the stretch. This is the first time in 4 1/3 innings that Scardina is the first base runner. Mahalik close to the plate. Fastball is high. This could be the inning that Toronto gets something going with Ty Allen on deck.
Big gap in left center field for Tim Mahalik, although he very seldom hits the ball that way. He is a right center field hitter.
It was the bottom of the order on Monday that got the big 4-run inning going. Fastball is down the middle, and it's 1-1 to Timmy.
Come on.
Timmy
Be
grounded
tough,
to
baby.
Davis at
Come
second.
on, Greg.
Back in the second. He steps out and checks Coach Grimm. Scardina at first, 1 down. In the Toronto fifth, 3-0 Steubenville. Fastball is popped into short right field. It might be a base hit. Flores cannot get it. It's a group single by Timmy Ohalik, and Toronto with a threat. 2 on and 1 out. And Flores had a tough time seeing the ball, but I don't think he could have got it anyway. He couldn't have placed it any better.
I don't think he caught that ball because just one of those little bumpers that happen to be in the right spot. He wasn't the Suns on to get over the end.
They weren't there, as Davis had no chance, so 2 on and 1 out. The first base runners of the game. Scardina gets on a hit batsman, and Ohalik gets the first hit for Toronto.
Number 26,
He goes impressively in for this guy, Ty Allen. Is shading him outfield anyway. He's shading him in right center. There's a big gap in left center field, and as we look at the flag, you can see the flag is going toward right center.
Ty Allen grounded to Nodianis back in the third. 2 on and 1 out. Toronto trying to get something going here in their top of the fifth.
I've noticed the pitchers this evening, John, are asking for more changes of the ball than I've seen all season long.
Touchin gets a brand new ball out there. Allen with the wide open stance with his left foot pointing towards shortstop. Stands far away from the plate. Scardina at second and Ohalik at first. 2 good base runners. Allen shows bunt. He drops one down to third base, and this could be a base hit. Touching up the 96 back. It is a base hit. So it's a point. He shows bunt. And it's a base hit, and the bases are loaded. And Steubenville, who scored 3 runs without really hitting the ball hard, sees Toronto come back with a hit batsman, a blooper into right, and a bunt single down third. They've loaded the bases here in the fifth. Jimmy Hiltz is the batter. Talking with his buddy on deck, Davey Kessner. Hiltz grounded out pitcher to first on the comeback. So McCutcheon, after retiring 13 straight, sees 3 batters in a row reach on a hit batsman, a fluke single, and a bunt single, and Toronto is in business. Here in the top half of the fifth, before a jam-packed throng at Vaquero Field.
Defensively, Steubenville with Murray and Rory playing off on the cover of the grass, and Nodianis and Davis on back full double play. Sure the ball can get to them. If it's hit the first, they'll come home and take it from there.
McCutcheon will wind. Here comes the pitch. Fastball low. And deck Kessner.
Come on.
Well, Jimmy Hiltz can help his own cause here, and if you're a pitcher, that's certainly something that you always look forward to doing, is to help your own cause.
Stepping out is Hiltz.
A lot of signals being flashed by Coach Dave Grimm down third base.
My tape recorder stopped running. The 1-0. Fastball is a beauty down the pipe. Hiltz saving all the way. 1-1. Steubenville's infield up at the corners with Murray and Rory, and a double play depth with Nodianis and Davis. The outfield is shading towards right center. Ball's already about 30 feet into right center. McCutcheon checks the sign from Baldwin. Here comes the wind. The 1-1 is popped into right field. This will be deep enough for a sacrifice fly. Florak back near the warning track. He makes the catch, passing from third to Scardina, and moving on to third, and sliding in safely is Timmy Ohalik. First and third are holding at first was Ty Allen. Toronto has broken through. Sacrifice fly by Jimmy Hill. Deep right field as that ball carried to the warning track.
Out, the center fielder, number 10.
is Davey Kestner. Davey, a strikeout victim, as McCutcheon retired 3 in a row in strikes to end the second, or the third, and 2 in the top of the fourth. First pitch is a strike from the outside corner. Davey taken all the way. Base runners at third, O'Hollick and Allen down at first. A run in and 2 down. Here in the Toronto fifth, they've broken through to McCutcheon. It's 3-1 Steubenville. Fastball is given to shortstop. Nodianis over, handles the bad hop. He flips on to Davis at second for the inning-ending out. Kestner hit it hard. Nodianis with a nice play of a bad hopping ball, and the side is retired. In the Toronto half of the fifth, 1 run coming on 2 hits. There were no errors in the inning, and 2 runners left. The first 2 left on by post 86, and at the end of 4 1/2, Steubenville leads it 3-1. McCutcheon had retired 13 straight before he completed that came back to hunting, and it's 3-1. And Robbie Davis, Mike Nodianis, and Dave Murray will face the slants of Jimmy Hills here in the Steubenville half of the fifth.
Psychologically, Don, for Toronto, that is a very good compliment. They know they can score and score all runs at the time they've got to get the first inning.
Davis 0 for 1, sacrifice fly back in the third. Leading the second Steubenville run. He drives one into the hole. It'll get into left field between O'Hollick and Grimm. So Davis with a leadoff single here in the Steubenville fifth. The 6th hit for post 33 against Jimmy Hills. And that'll bring up Mike Nodianis. Nodi is 1 for 2. A single back in the first.
Now that is the shortstop, number 17, Mike Nodianis.
Bottom half of the fifth. The fastball to Nodianis is just outside for a ball. Davis is at first with a leadoff single. On deck, Dave Murray. The outfield is deep and straight away to Nodianis, who hits with power to all fields, as evidenced by his 8 home runs on the season. Fastball inside, and it's 2-0 to Nodianis, who is not showing fun here.
No, I think that being ahead 2 runs and with your 4th man up there, Coach Watt doesn't want to take that out of his hand.
Let's see if he's got the green light on 2-0. He does not, and he takes it outside, and it's 3-0, so Hilt's digging a hole. He struck out 1 and walked 4. (3-0) to Nodianis. Davis with a short lead. There's the strike, and it's 3-1. This is a good pitch to hit and run on. Chuck Watt calls time.
Watt wouldn't have a little confidence with Mike. Probably don't base it left if it's around the plate. It's yours. If not, we'll take a walk and move him up that way.
Coaching staff for Steubenville: Chuck Watt, Red Calder, John Marcus, and Mark Stacy. For Toronto, Dave Grimm, Bruce Calabrese, Jim Mills, and Doug Peckins. Both squads having some good coaching. Davis is off with a pitch. Nodianis fouls it down the first baseline. Allen has a play over near the Steubenville dugout to throw. The first will not be made as Davis gets back sliding. So they had the 3-1 hit and run, and Nodianis pops into foul territory to Allen. 1 down in the inning.
John called out right. I'll tell you why John very excellent pitch to get on. Mike popped it up and Robbie back.
He was almost to second base.
That'll bring up Dave Murray. RBI infield single in the first. Walked in the fourth and scored. He's 1 for 1. On deck, Jay Copperell. Dave Grimm calls timeout now. So the wheels are turning again in this big game for both squads. The winner will go to Athens for State Legion play on August the 8th.
I noticed Coach Grimm was looking to his bullpen and pointing to his bullpen. He had nobody warming up previous to his visit to the mound, and now someone's up, and again, it looks like Robin.
So Davis is at first with 1 out here in the Steubenville fifth. A quick-moving game, nothing like the one the other evening, as both pitchers have been on top of their games. McCutcheon retiring the first 13 he faced. The Toronto breaking through in the fifth. Jim Hiltz pitching well, not really giving up too many hard-hit balls, as Steubenville has scratched for a run. And they've used a sacrifice fly for 1. They've used an infield single for another. And they used a couple of infield singles for a third.
Come on, Murphy.
So Grimm will stay with Hiltz. Jimmy checks Davis at first. First pitch to Murray, off of the glove of McGrath and back to the screen, and Davis moves on to second on the pass ball, as it was a high fastball, but McGrath was not able to handle it.
Come on, Dave. He sailed on a little bit.
Big run out there, Dave.
Another runner in scoring position. David Murray, of course, wants to get the ball in play.
One down in the fifth. The 1-0 to Murray. Fastball is ripped into the hole. Pollock dives. He can't get it. Davis had to hold. Gardena gets it up. He's cut off throw. Allen. And moving on to second is Dave Murray. So Gardena threw the ball home. Allen got over there, slipped down, but even if he'd have been able to catch it, Murray never stopped and went all the way to second. Davis holds it third.
That's his second trip. He's got a new pitcher.
So Steubenville has zeroed in the hole between third and short as Timmy O'Hollick dove but could not come up with it. And the pitching change is going to be made, and it looks like Larry Payne coming in.
Number 18, is it?
Larry Payne, right-hander from Jefferson Union High School. He's a crafty right-hander, small youngster. Jimmy Hilt gets a handshake from Chuck Watt as he leads the game.
John?
Hilt has pitched 4 1/3 innings.
See him get it.
We have a lot of fine teams in the Valley this year.
Looks like we're going to walk it up.
It'll be an intentional pass to Jay. There's the first wide, we're going to throw him up and go for the four-side.
Well, the big thing here is, Don, is when you load them up, you've always got the possibility of walking the next man, especially in a guy in a situation like that. Put a lot of pressure on him. Their job is to throw strikes and get outs.
Steubenville trying to crack it open here with a 3-1 lead. They took the lead with 1 in the first, put another one on the board in the third, and a 3-0 lead with a run in the fourth before Toronto played a run in the fifth. Left 2 runners on, so Trumple is down at first on the pitch walk. Trumple at first, Murray in second. Davis at third, Michael Florak, who walked back in the second, and an infield single in the fourth. He's 1 for 1. The lefty, junior to be at Catholic Central. Here's Payne's first pitch. Fastball center field. Kestner right to him. He makes the catch. There's going to be no tag. Davis was off the base. Kestner gets it back in. Florak hit hard. Davis was in there. He came off the base. He gave up all opportunities to tag.
Now batting, the center fielder, number 12, Paul Zorni.
The instinct took over there. And out of the dugout is Dave Grimm calling time. He may have another pitching change. He may bring Kestner in to go to the lefty. He's done this on a number of occasions previously. As Kestner had played Florak perfectly in right center, he had to take only one step to catch the hard line drive. That's the best hit of the game, and it went for the out.
Yeah, it's the hardest hit ball in the world. Toronto having to get right after center field and the shooting comes up top. But Toronto made some excellent defensive plays in game here in recent nights. They're out there.
Come on.
So he's going to stick with Larry Payne. Now Red Calder will talk to batter Paul Zorni. Paul Zorni has flied to left and flied to right. He's 0 for 2. The base is loaded. Steubenville trying to increase their 2-run lead. We're in the bottom half of the fifth. Well played game. Super duper crowd. 10th District Legion Championship action at its best.
Come on, Paul.
Curveball ripped into left field. It might be down the line. Gardena dives and he makes the catch. And Toronto has got out of a big bases loaded 1-out change as Larry Payne comes in to put the fire out. And the Steubenville fifth. Top of the order, Hillier, Lucas, and Grimm to face McCutcheon. Fastball, and Brian swings and misses. Brian 0 for 2. Strikeout victim back in the fourth. McCutcheon McCutcheon has given only 2 hits and 1 run. Hilton Payne have given 7 hits and 3 runs. We're in the top half of the 6th. He bunts one, but right back to the pitcher McCutcheon. He fields it on to Murray just in time as Brian Hellier runs extremely well.
Motor's down there,
If
don't
he got that ball anywhere but directed back to the pitcher, he possibly would have base hit, but the Warriors is not up to it.
Second baseman, number 32, Rob Lucas.
1 up and 1 down. To Rob Lucas, a strikeout victim in the 4th. He's 1 for 2, robbed of a hit by Rory back in the 1st.
Rory again, even with the bag at third,
Momentary delay as Brian Hellier just coming back from first base. Joe Nolan told you had he bunted it anywhere but back to the pitcher, he would have had a base hit. Lucas the batter. Fine athlete, senior to be at Wintersville High School. McCutcheon fastball is fouled back to the screen. 0-1 to Rob. We're in the 6th. If you've just joined us, you still got time to get out here. Jam-packed crowd, Vaquero Field. District 10 leads in championship action at its best. 3-1 Steubenville. Some great defensive plays made this evening and excellent pitching. Curveball way outside, and the count is even to Lucas at 1-1.
John, whichever team does have to play this game, victory is fans would say you're going to be proud of the 2 fine representative squads. He said he won the squad anyway to state tournament play.
Fastball inside, fouled down the third baseline off of the hands of Coach Grimm.
One ball.
Like he went after a bad pitch. It's 1-2. On deck, Rick Grimm, the hero of Monday night's 10-9 thrilling Toronto victory, when he had a single and a home run and 6 RBIs. Curveball, his chopped at the mound. It's going to be a tough play. Here comes Rory. He fields, but he can't make the throw. Hudson couldn't get it. Rory got in front of Tony Anderson. Didn't make any difference. He was a third baseman and the shortstop and made a play on his speed.
Now batting, shortstop, number 20, Rick Grimm.
An infield single for Rob, his first hit, and the third against McCutcheon. And the batter is Grimm, and he represents the tying run. Rick grounded to short in the first and grounded to third in the 4th. He's 0 for 2. He talks with his dad, Coach Grimm, down at third.
Well, as we well know, Grimm has power to hit the ball out there. If you do that this time, he'll be in another 5 situation as we were a few times the other week.
Jay Copperell almost at the warning track in left. Zorney straight away in center. Fastball, check swing. Did he go? Yes, he did. As Rick showed punt, then he came back and was going to swing, but the pitch was out of the zone, but he did go around.
He showed a fake bunt on that play, and then sort of came back down. Perhaps they weren't up around. The ball has to take the ball 1 strike.
Now, he did appeal to Nick Fonte, and Nick Fonte made the call, which is good work by the umpire. McCutcheon checks Lucas, a threat to run at first. Curveball is outside, and it's 1-1. Toronto has Lucas at first on an infield single with 1 down here in the 6th and trailing 3-1.
Come on, Greg. Come on, Greg.
Dave Grimm, liking his runners to go, may have the hit and run on. Here comes the pitch. Ripped to third on 1 hop, right through the legs to Phil Rory down the left field line. Here comes Lucas, home run to third. Grimm will go 1 to second as the throw came into the play. It's up to the long bench. There on Rory. The ball was right at him. He went through his legs. It could have been a double play ball. First error of the game. Toronto with the tying run at second in the form of Rick Grimm. Lucas running all the way went to third. The outfielders, I'm not sure if Copperell or Nodianis picked it up. Should have thrown the ball into second, as Grimm would not have been able to advance because they had no chance of Lucas going to third. Kevin McGrath, the hitter, he's 0 for 2. And Dave Grimm loves the squeeze. Let's see what happens. The full windup. The fastball is chopped to second. Lucas will score. Davis on to Murray. Grimm moves to third. It's 3-2. McGrath comes out to the second on Bertie Hawk. He gets the RBI. 3-2. The tying run at third is Joe Scardina.
The next batter, left fielder, number 23, Joe Scardina. Joe, a slap hitter, can go to all
shading to right field as Zorni is over in right center. A wind by McCutcheon. The fastball is popped out of play to the right side. Joe is 0 for 1. He was hit with a pitch back in the fifth and scored the first Toronto run. Lucas here has scored the second in the Toronto sixth. It's 3-2.
Game's starting to heat up a little bit here.
The wind, and here comes the 0-1. Curveball, and he went after it. Didn't get it. It's 0-2. Joe wanted to go to right field with that curveball on the outside. Sort of looked like a wood chopper up there. Hot and humid, Vaquero Field, and the action is hot and heavy out on the field. The 0-2. Fastball is driven to second base. Davis charges. He has it on the Murray for the inning out. Toronto gets one in the sixth. One hit for the Steuben Valera and one runner left. At the end of 5.5. Toronto has closed to within one. It's 3-2 Steubenville. Made an intentional walk to Cockrell, then retired Florak and Zorni on line drives. The last one a great catch by Scardina in left. Fastball by Payne, but McCutcheon is just slow for a ball.
Exactly the type of ball very close to the ball.
Greg is 1 for 2, an infield single back in the fourth. He takes a call strike from Larry Payne, and the count is 1-1. Baldwin is on deck. Payne's curveball is inside, and it's 2-1 to Greg. He looks at Chuck Watt down at third.
Looks like telling him deselected 50-52 1 get a rip out of it.
The 2-1. Low, and it's 3-1. And how about those bleacher buggers out on the hill in center field? There's a ton of them this evening.
Bundle out there tonight. They brought all their friends with them, it looks like.
They're waving out there. They love the sun. 3-1 pitch to McCutcheon. He takes it, and it's strike two. The count is 1-0 on Gray. Larry Payne, in relief of Jimmy Hilson, went 4 1/3. Pitched well, but was a victim of some tough hits. The popper back, but the 3-2 count is out of play. Hilson was not hit hard, but gave up 3 runs. All were earned. There's only been 1 error in the game this evening. And it led to an unearned run in the Toronto half of the 6th. McCutcheon and Payne, the pitchers now of record, although Hiltz could lose if Toronto cannot tie the game. The payoff pitch is popped into left field. It should be an easy play for Joe Scardina as he moves about 4 steps to his left and makes the catch.
Come on, John.
Star here for Toronto as he prevented 3 runs from scoring for Steubenville in the bottom half of the 5th. 1 up and 1 down to John Baldwin. John is 1 for 2. Slow curveball on the outside corner. That's Larry Payne's bread and butter.
Very good location for that pitch. Gone low in the way, the ball spinning away from the batter. He's got to go to right field with it.
Another curveball, but this one is inside. Baldwin singled and scored a run in the 3rd and walked in the 4th.
Very, very patient young man after the plate. He gets the pitch that he wants.
Larry Payne's fastball is low, and it's 2-1. Very smooth delivery. He doesn't throw with great velocity, but he depends upon location and that curveball. One by Larry. Fastball inside. Baldwin laid off, and it's 3-1. That was probably his best fastball as it popped into the glove of Kevin McGrath. Bill Rory on deck.
Again, Baldwin showed good patience and good eye on the plate.
The 3-1. Outside corner, the count is now full, and for the 2nd straight batter, Payne has run the string out.
3 times, I think, consecutive time tonight. Baldwin has run the count to 3-2.
That's good, Joe. Glad you're on stick. That's right. The last 3 times up. The payoff pitch. Inside for the ball forward, and Baldwin is on for the 3rd time as he walks for the 2nd time. Second walk given up by Larry. The first was intentional to Cockrell. That'll bring up Rory, who is 0 for 1. He walked and scored in the first, sacrificed in the 3rd, and struck out back in the 4th. The only strikeout recorded by Toronto pitchers. They've walked 6. Baldwin a threat to run at first. Rory takes a fastball for a strike. John had a real good lead that time, and Rory is a good handler of the bat as he checks with Coach Watt at third.
Being up only by 1 run, too, Steubenville's got to continue to be aggressive.
Into the dirt, blocked nicely and kept in front of him by Kevin McGrath, preventing any advance by Baldwin. Pitching continues to be superb on both sides.
Yes, John, I agree with that 100%. Both McGrath and Baldwin, and really all the pitchers done a superb job and provided the fans with excellent.
Kane checks Baldwin at first. He's going. The 1-1 pitch is ripped into right field. Here comes Brian Hellier. If he catches it, he'll have a double play. He does. The throw to Allen, and it is a double play. On the hit run, Brian Hellier came in, took the ball on his knee, had an easy double play. Baldwin not able to get back to the first base. A 1-2-3 inning for Larry Payne. At the end of 6, it's Steubenville 3 and Toronto 2. Allen and Hilt, the 6-7-8 hitter. First pitch to Timmy. Backs him off the plate for a ball. McCutcheon has struck out 3 and walked none. Timmy is 1 for 2. Single back in the 5th when Toronto plated their first run. They've got singletons in the 5th and 6th to come back from a 3-0 deficit. Timmy takes a strike. It's 1-1. He's also a threat to bunt, and Rory is up. Third ball in the dirt, blocked by Baldwin, and it's 2-1.
I would have the same idea. This is probably the hardest working kid that I've ever had.
McCutcheon gets his sign from Baldwin. The 2-1. The fastball is a beauty, and it's 2-2 to O'Hollick. Trying to make great work. He's throwing 60 pitches in 6 innings. That's 10 an inning. That's excellent.
That's very good.
Come on, Greg. Come on. We should buy it.
2-2. Curveball, no. It's outside. O'Hollick just holding up, and the count has gone full. And let's see.
First one.
That is the first full count that McCutcheon has gone to. Here to O'Hollick, leading off the 7th. The payoff pitch is a 200 Rory. He charges. Off balance throw to Murray. Yes.
Oh, what a stretch. What a stretch. What a stretch.
Rory to Murray to retire O'Hollick.
What a play.
Very nice play on both ends. Billy Rory coming in and making the play on the run, throwing on the run. Dave Murray.
Had he fielded and taken steps and thrown, he wouldn't have got him. It was all in one motion, and Rory has made 2 fine defensive plays, one on Lucas and now one on O'Hollick.
I can recall one from the other evening where he went behind the bag and made an excellent defensive play.
Ty Allen, the hitter. Leaps on a bunt single the last time, and he offers at him a McCutcheon fastball and swings and misses for strike 1. Ty's bunt single kept the 5th inning rally going when Toronto plated their first run. He shows bunt again, now holds the bat back. Doesn't offer it the breaking ball. The appeal to safe call is made. It's 1-1.
I'm sure that the dugout is looking out there to see if McCutcheon has lost any velocity off of his fastball. From this point of view, it doesn't look like he has. He still has pretty good command of his pitches. He's around the plate and he's staying ahead of him.
We haven't had the shots that were hit the other evening by both squads hit this evening. Steubenville is in with 7 hits, and Toronto has only 3. The other night, Toronto with 8, but they hit some good shots, and Steubenville had 13. In the 10-9 Toronto victory, they're 4th in 5 outings against Post 33 after losing 9 straight last year.
Come on.
He offers and fouls it. He tried to bunt it, catching Rory deep, and it's 1-2. Allen, trying to reach on a bunt for the second time, is behind on a count at 1-2. We're in the top half of the 7th, 3-2. Just a super played game for the District 10 championship. 1-2 to tie. Fastball fouled straight back, and the count holds.
Very good fastball that time by McCutcheon. Allen hung in there, got a little piece of it, got life, stays alive. We have 1 out here in the 7th. Steubenville ahead 3-2.
The crowd is quite intent, rooting for their favorite squad, or just here rooting for a good ball game, and they've seen all of it. The 1-2. Overhand curveball, 2 hops to Rory. He backs 1 step. He fields. He throws to Murray, 2 up and 2 down. Rory retiring both batters. 1, 2, 3, 4. That's his 5th chance. He aired on 1. The shot that went through his legs off the bat of Rick Grimm back in the 6th.
Now going back to that play on him, I think that ball might have caught the cut of the grass and dipped down underneath his glove. although it was a very hard hit ball.
Haynes, the hitter, batting in the number 8 spot as it reflects tilts, and he takes the fastball low for a ball.
Catching off the glove that time very well.
We're in the 7th. 3-2 Steubenville. There's a fastball, and it's just low, and it's ball 2.
Very close to pitcher. Bob has had all the umpires done a very excellent job in the whole tournament.
Consistency is the name of the game. The plate umpire has to be consistent. There's a fastball high, and it's 3-0. And for the first time, Hutchins at 3-0. He struck out 3, but not walked the batter. Giving up 3 hits.
Come on,
2
Greg.
runs and 1 earned. Fastball way high, and Haynes draws a 2-out walk.
The next batter, center fielder, number 10, Dave Kessner.
Well, if you walk somebody, better you walk them with 2 out than with nobody out.
Well, that's true.
But you never want to walk a hitter. Davey Kessler, the hitter, he's 0 for 2. Waits on a fielder's choice in the 5th. Dave Grimm is out of the dugout, and we may have a pinch hitter.
Pinch hitter or pinch runner.
It's going to be a pinch hitter, and it's going to be Deke Oholick. Derek Oholick will pinch hit for Davey Kessner here in the Toronto 7th. Let's check Deke's stats out. He's going to be a senior at Toronto High School next year. Oholick, a pitcher outfielder, is 9 for 36. He's hitting at 250. He's hit 2 home runs, and he has 14 RBIs, so Deke has power. He's pinch hitting here for Dave Kessner.
Number 24,
Derek O'Hallock.
Derek O'Hallock.
Well, Deke, I think, spells his name with an E-L, E-K, and I think Timmy is A-L. I may be wrong on
I
that.
know that it's just your spelling, that's all.
Oh, yes, well, a long time. 2 down, a runner at first. Oholick hits the first pitch on 1 hop to Rory. He lobs on to Davis, forcing Payne at second. So in the inning for Toronto. No runs, no hits. There was a walk in the inning and 1 runner left at the end of 6 1/2. Steubenville clings to a 3-2 lead. Davis will face the 3-4-5 hitters on Steubenville 7th. Davis, Nodianis, and Murray. Slow curve for Rob is inside for a ball. Payne in 1 2/3 innings, given no hits. He's walked 2. And there's a ripper down the first baseline, off of the tip of the diving Oholick on the field line. And Davis will be in with a standing double. Haynes off for Steubenville 7th. As he gets the shot down the third baseline, Timmy Oholick almost made a great dive and stop of the ball. It flipped off of the glove down the left field line. Davis has a standing double. Now 2 for 3. The first hit given up by Payne. Nodianis given up by first pitch. He fouls it back to the screen. Nodi 1 for 3. Single back in the first. On deck is Murray. Steubenville leads it by 1. They'd like to get an insurance run or 2 here in the bottom of the 7th. Payne stretches. Fastball is outside to Nodianis, and it's 1-1. Payne and Davis hits. And out of a big bases-loaded jam back in the 5th. McCutcheon has gone the distance for Steubenville. The 1-1. Ripped to left field down the line. Davis will score. Nodianis will have at least a double. Hilliard fast fielding to throw to second. And Nodianis slides in safely. Fine play by Brian Hilliard. Almost hitting Nodianis in the neck. Nodi made a slide to the outfield side of second. That's the one pass.
First baseman, number 19, Dave
pitch to Cockrell is outside and ball one. Jay is 0 for 1. He walked and sacrificed.
I'm sure that he's telling you anything off the ground, line drive, please, in the air, you come and catch.
The stretch and the pitch. He drives it to third. Nice play by Oholic. He tries to get the runner. He got back in sync and he got the ball. Timmy Oholic tried to get Louisiana score to third. Louisiana slid back into third. Oholic dropped the ball, and it's a fielder's choice, allowing Cockrell to reach first. Do we have an error there? Michael Mayo is pinch running for Cockrell. Can you call him out?
Mayo running for Cockrell at first base.
Check the official shoulder on the room there. Mayo pinch running for Cockrell here in the seventh. He's at first. Louisiana slipping to third. Still runners at the corner from Michael Florak, who singled the infield variety in the fourth, walked in the second, and lined the center field back in the fifth against Payne. First pitch is outside for a ball. They going to score an error on that play?
You guys got an error? Fielder's choice, they said.
It is the first error of the game for Toronto.
Michael wants to get the ball in the outfield somewhere.
Pitch is outside for ball two.
2 balls, no strikes.
The games I've seen Florak has hit the ball very hard at the time of the plate, and he's getting to do so. He's going to go come up with another one.
Outside for ball three. Look for Joe Scardini is in center field, Joe.
Yeah, very deep and very shaded to the right center field.
Steubenville has a run in. They lead at 4-2 in the bottom of the seventh. Runners at first and third and only one out. Anybody in the pen out there?
No, I don't see anybody, John.
We thought we might see Lucas or Dougie Romo. We haven't yet. Chuck Watt is over in the dugout there talking with his two dugout coaches, Mark Stacy and John Maltese, as Red Kohler down at first talks to Michael Mayo.
You got Mayo in the game?
Once again, John, the twosome of Davis and produced runs for Steubenville. They stayed off the inning with double over Holly Southern in the third, and they stuck up the line shot down the left field corner. He got a double and he's down third base.
Come on, Mike,
It's getting dark here. Let's hope it stays away so that the game can be completed. As on Monday evening, we had all kind of thunder and lightning out over the left field and left center field trees. Time is backing here. 3-0 to Florak, and Payne will stretch and check the running. It's way outside for ball four, and Florak walks third.
Little man, let's go, little man!
By Toronto pitchers, and Paul Zorni is the batter. Zorni is the last batter of the game. Line down the left field. Joe Scardino with the bases loaded. He diving catch of the ball to prevent 3 runs from scoring. So once again, Paul Zorni, sophomore to be at Catholic Central, is the batter with the bases loaded in the bottom half of the seventh. Time call. This will be all for Larry Payne. Dave Grimm is coming out for his second visit of the inning. So a pitching change will be needed here. And it's going to be Lucas.
Starting pitch for the other evening.
Let's see if we get the pitching log on Larry Payne. There's a fine hand from the Colorado crowd.
Goes to second base.
Payne, as Lucas comes in to pitch. Pitching log on Florak at first. Mayo pinch running for Cockrell at second, and Nodianis at third. The first pitch is right down the pipe for a strike to Paul Zorni. Taking all the way on deck, pitcher Greg McCutcheon.
Exactly what Lucas has to do in this situation, throw strikes.
Ripper down to first. Allen steps on first. He throws to second, but not in time. They had to tag him, and the run scores. So Allen made a mistake. He should have came home. He had an easy play at home. He elected to step on first to retire Zorni. To throw to second. If it would have been a fourth play, he would have been out. But the throw was high. Grimm had to make the tag, and Florak slid in safely. Louisiana scores on third. RBI for Zorn. Second run of the inning.
I got it. I'll take care of it. I got you, John. Coach.
Allen unassisted for the second out of the inning. Florak is at second, and Mayo moves to third to Greg McCutcheon.
Really, John, that's what you want to run in this situation when there's one hop in the infield somewhere where they can come home with the first play.
Runner.
As you mentioned, Allen chose to get the first
Joe
first base and one the batter, and then throw the second one with Bill late back.
Joe Tiro running for Florak.
Pirro is running for Florak in second, so Pirro probably will go in defensively in the right field. 2 on and 2 out. Lucas did his job. He got Zorni hit a hard shot to first baseman, but Allen decided to step on the base and go to second instead of going home. Fastball to McCutcheon is inside for a ball. 2 in and 2 out and 2 on here in the Steubenville 7th. They lead it 5-2. 1-0 to McCutcheon. 1 on a miss. It's 1-1.
One ball, one
John
strike.
Baldwin. Lucas in relief of Payne, who relieved Hill.
Greg, be a hitter, be a hitter.
Now Jones, he was 5-2. I don't think he's
McCutcheon is 1 for 3, a single. Third ball is outside, and it's 2-1. Get an infield single back in the 4th to deep short. Pitch is low, and it's 3-1 to Greg.
3 balls, 1 strike.
Lucas with first base open, though I would not think the runner walk the batter to go to Baldwin, who's walked twice and single. The 3-1 pitch is ripped to third. Raymer is up. Raymer's throw to Allen in turn.
What are you doing, Joe? We got that.
3 in the inning for Steubenville. 2 runs coming on 2 doubles by Davis and Nodianis. No errors in the inning, and 2 runners left. At the end of 7, Steubenville with a 3-run lead, 5-2. Walked 1 and struck out 3. Here's Brian Hellier. He's 0 for 3. And he rips it to third. Off of Rory's fist. He picks it up. The throw is in the dirt. Murray can't handle it. He's out in the short right field. Around second is Hellier. And he'll hold up there. As Rory made a fine play, he was on the grass. Hellier hit the first pitch hard to Billy. Knocked it down at time, but the speedy Hellier forced him to throw the ball into the dirt for an error. So it's the second Steubenville error of the game. And that'll bring up Rob Lucas. Lucas 1 for 3. Singled and scored in the 6th. With an infield single, and he gets the McCutcheon fastball inside. It's 1-0. 5-2, top of the 8th. The lights are on at Vaquero Field. Fast-moving game. An hour and 45 minutes old. As a looper to short, Nodianis backhands it and makes the play. As it was on the handle, it was Robbie Lucas, and he didn't get all he wanted. Nodi was deep, and that helped him as he went on to the outfield grass. 1 down. Hellier at second on the air. Rick Grimm the hitter. He's 0 for 3. Reached on an error back in the 6th. Stretch by McCutcheon. The fastball is outside.
Come on, Greg. Come across.
McCutcheon checks Hellier at second. The fastball on 1 hop to Rory. They hit it hard. Rory fields. On to Murray. He's out. Moving on to third. Standing up is Hellier. So Hellier is at third with 2 out. And Grimm hit a 1 hopper to Rory. An easy out at first, and 2 down to Kevin McGrath, who's 0 for 3.
Ball very hard. 1 hop in Rory's glove, as you mentioned. Good strong throw to Dave Murray. Throws across the diamond.
Next up, together, number 14, Kevin McGrath.
McCutcheon has thrown out 2 hard outs in this inning. And that's the point I was going to make, and you made it well. Kevin McGrath the hitter. He's 0 for 3. 5-2 Steubenville. Top of the 8th. The wind by McCutcheon. Inside to Kevin. The fastball moving in on his hands. Hellier's at third with 2 down. McCutcheon will wind. Here comes the 1-0. Fastball is on the knees, and it's 1-1 to Kevin McGrath. And that's Joe Scardina, who again has been a standout defensively for Toronto.
Very, very big run for Toronto down third base.
The 1-1. Curveball, Kevin held up, and it's 2-1 as it hung outside. McCutcheon looks to the dugout. An intense Steubenville dugout, as is the Toronto dugout. The 2-1. It's low and it's 3-1. One tying run on deck in the form of Joe Scardina. McCutcheon a pitch away from walking McGrath. Infield and outfield deep. 3-1. Is popped into short center field. Here comes Mayo. He makes the call. And hey, that's it, Foco. Toronto in the 8th. No runs, no hits. One Steubenville there and one runner left. At the end of 7 1/2. So with a 3-run lead, 5-2.
Nonetheless, still a very good game.
Bottom half of the 8th for Steubenville. Robbie Lucas and John Baldwin. First pitch from Robbie. It's a strike. Baldwin taking it all the way on deck. Rory. Curveball just misses outside, and it's 1-1. Lucas, as Joe Nolan mentioned on Monday, very fast worker. Gets the ball and wants to throw it. Just outside again, and it's 2-1.
The outside corner on three consecutive pitches with Baldwin run the count to 2 balls and 1 strike.
Wind by Rob. Another fastball popped straight up the middle. Grimm by second base will make the call right on second base. It's Matthew Trips on second base.
Jim Trips soon
Baldwin
enough.
pops to Grimm for the first out of the 8th. Rory the batter.
Third baseman,
Rory
number
is
23,
0-4-2. He's walked a sacrifice and he hit into an inning-ending double play on a hit and run back in the 6th when Hellier made a fine knee-high catch and threw onto Allen to double up Baldwin, who was off with the pitch. Fastball for a strike.
Excellent concentration by Rick Grimm on that play. Very high, hit fly ball in the infield, and tripped over second, but hung in there and made the catch.
Wicket-breaking curveball outside, and once again, Kevin McGrath in the left-hander's batter's box makes a backhand pickup. 1-1 to Rory.
Very excellent job.
Again, it's outside, and again, backhanded stop on the first ball by catcher McGrath, and it's 2-1 as Lucas appears to be maybe overthrowing a bit, Joe, as he's putting everything behind it.
Yeah, I guess he's a little bit pumped up like all the others do. You can only throw it so hard to keep things in location, and you don't have the men to pitches on there. You're not going to strike everybody out. Let's do some work for him.
Here comes the 2-1 to Rory with Davis on deck. Fastball ripped down the left field line. It could be extra bases. It will be if it rolls to the fence. Rory around first, and he'll have a stand-up double. The third stand-up double, the third double in the last 2 innings for Steubenville down the left field line.
now batting the second baseman, number 18, Ross Davis.
Davis is 2 for 3. A double and a single and a sacrifice fly. He scored a run and driven in a run. The Lucas curveball to his teammate at Wintersville is outside. Evolving. Lucas holding the bat almost on the handle. Odianis on deck. Another curveball is high, and it's 2-0 to Davis. First base is open, and Lucas will work very cautiously to Davis.
No, as a hitter, this is the pitch you're waiting for.
Fastball hit to straightaway center field. Going back is Scardina. He has the play. Rory will tag. Here's the throw to third, and it will not be in time. As Davis flies out to Scardina in center. Rory moves to third with 2 outs and no tennis, noting a double, a single, an RBI, and a run scored. He's 2 for 4. Steubenville trying to get another insurance here at the bottom of the 8th. It's 5-2 with Rory on deck. Rory at third, and the first pitch to Odianis is a let-up for a ball.
High, slow curveball that time.
The 1-0. The fastball pops straight back, and the count is even at 1.
Come on, Mike. Come on, Mike. Come on, Mike.
The Pirates will be following this game this evening as they face the Los Angeles Dodgers. They split the doubleheader last night. They were in first place momentarily until they lost the nightcap in 11. Fastball popped to the right side and out of play, and it's 1-2 at the end.
I want to know you went up to the game last night. I listened to those games.
One ball, 2 strikes.
Press box.
I took the wife and the 2 daughters up. They're Dodger lovers. I told my older daughter, Kathleen, that the Dodgers need to go to the doctor because they're ill. Their bats are weaker than mine. 1-2 to Nody Ennis.
Come on,
Here comes
Nody.
the Lucas pitch. Curveball ripped to deep left center field. Scardina going back. He may not get this ball, as it is off of the fence for a double. And Scardina almost made another super play. And Frank Landy was way out in the outfield. The second base umpire calling the safe sign as the ball hit high off the fence. And Scardina has taken a 6-2 lead. The double high off the fence by Nody Ennis. His second consecutive double. His second RBI of the game.
Come on, Murray.
Murray trotted in
They're
for
gonna
the
put him
sixth
on.
run, and they're going to put Murray on here. Murray is 2 for 3. He's walked and had 2 singles and driven in a run. There's the first wide one.
Martinez is going to pinch it.
There's the second wide one. This is the second intentional walk of the game. And the first given up by Lucas.
I don't know. Maybe. Who's the next batter? Mayo?
Oh, I'm sorry.
Okay, you might have a change there.
Mayo is on deck.
Yeah.
There's the fourth wide one, and Murray will move down to first. That's the runners at first and second. And Chuck Watt is moving to the dugout, and Brian Bartimas has been over there swinging the bat. Chuck Watt looking for more. The PH in high school, I also like the re-entry rule that gives you another chance to play other players. However, Legion ball plays against the big guys, and they do not do well. The American League uses the DH. They play straight National League rules. I like the DH.
I don't like it, John.
Martinez is the pinch hitter for Mayo here in the eighth. 2 on and 2 out. The fastball from Lucas is high. Murray at first with the intentional walk, and Nody Ennis at second with the double high off the left center field fence. Scoring Rory. Martinez swings and misses on a Lucas fastball, and the count is even at 2-1.
Pitch that time on the ball ran in on Martinez. Dan Blake had a chance to get a ball whatsoever.
6-2 in the bottom of the eighth. Slow curve ball is popped up the middle. It'll bounce. It spins away from shortstop Grimm. It was almost off the end of the bat. Infield single. A real bleeder by Martinez, but it marks in the scorebook as a base hit.
They were playing deep. He just couldn't get to it.
That ball almost landed by second base. Ricky Green came in hustling. He would have had a tough play anyway. The ball took English and bounced away from him. The bases are loaded to Bernie Metbrother. Inside, almost hit him on a fastball.
Get hit, Bernie.
Metbrother, his first appearance at the plate, moved in to play the outfield when Pirro pinch ran for Florak. Fastball ripping the center field. Here comes Scardina. 2 steps in, and he's got it. Metbrother lines to Scardina. Third out of the inning. However, Steubenville, in their half of the eighth, comes up with an insurance run on 3 hits. There were no Toronto errors, and 3 big runners left on. And at the end of the eighth, it's post 33-6 and Toronto 2. 3, and he's thrown only 86 pitches in his 8 innings of pitching. Joe Scardina will lead off. He was the first batter to reach for Toronto as McCutcheon retired the first 13 into the 5th when he hit Scardina, who scored the first Toronto run. The fastball is inside for a ball. Joe is 0 for 2. He's been superb defensively for post 86. And a 1-0 for McCutcheon. Fastball inside, and it's 2-0. On deck, Tim O'Holly.
Hope to take a lot of pitches here and hope to get a big inning started.
2-0. It's low for ball 3, and McCutcheon in danger of walking the second batter. The second time, he's gone 3-0. 3-0 is way outside. On 4 pitches, Scardina trying to get it going here for Toronto in the ninth. Gets a leadoff walk. O'Hollick's the hitter. Timmy on a hit and run single back in the 5th. It's 1-3. 6-2, top of the ninth. The runner at first, Scardino on a leadoff walk. And Oholic steps into the batter's box with Ty Allen on deck. Infield and outfield is deep. There's a fastball for a strike. And it's 0-1 to Timmy. He looks at Coach Grimm at third. Bruce Calabrese over at first. Touch and stretch it. Curveball is a beauty. 0-2. It's a breaking ball. It's a big breaking ball that he's throwing all day.
Reach back, Greg. Come on, reach back, Dave.
Stretch in the 0-2. Fastball ripped down the right field line. Zorny over. It'll be in play, foul on the warning track. On the out-of-play area, well, not out of play, but on the deep area that you have, Zorny had no chance, and the count will hang at 1-2. Or excuse me, at 0-2.
You know, Alex is definitely going to make McCutchen work. He's a batter. McCutchen has worked out there real hard. He's one-on-one, so to speak.
Rory, surprisingly, is off the third base line. The fastball is popped from the right side into short right field. Davis back, Zorny on. Davis makes the call and makes the catch. On the short right field line. One down here in the Toronto ninth to Ty Allen. Ty is 1 for 3, a bunt single back in the fifth.
2 outs. Wait, now you have a pinch hitter, John.
See who's swinging the bat over there. Number 11 should be Sean McCart. Sean McCart, fine sophomore from Toronto High School, will pinch hit for Ty Allen here in the ninth. He's a right-handed batter. Let's check Sean's statistics. All right, Sean is 15 for 40, hitting .375, no homers and 7 RBIs. One of the 4 fine sophomores that will return to Toronto High School next year. He, Donnie Raymer, Scotty Kessner, and Kevin McGrath, forming a fine nucleus for Tony DeAurora's squad and also for Post 86 next year. McCutchen's first pitch for the new ball is right down the pipe for a strike to Sean.
Still showing pretty fair velocity.
Scardina at first. Murray not holding. He's behind him. Curveball low, and it's 1-1.
Come on, Greg.
One ball, one strike.
Come on, throw
We're in the
straight.
top of the ninth. Steubenville 6-2. McCutchen has been superb, limiting Toronto to only 3 hits. Fastball is popped down the right side. Murray's going back in foul territory. Makes the catch in the second out. So 2 poppers down the right side. And there are 2 down here in the Toronto ninth. And the batter will be Donnie Raymer, but wait a minute. He's being called back. And we'll have another pinch hitter.
Number 25.
There it is, Scotty Kessner. He's a lefty. Another sophomore. Scott Kessner, brother of Davey Kessner. And I apologize for inadvertently last Friday calling Scotty Davey's cousin his brother. They're both lefties. So Scotty Kessner, the pinch hitter, he's 3 for 12, hitting at .250. 1 home run and 6 RBIs on his 3 hits. He's a real hard swinger.
McCutchen and Post 33 are down to 1 out situation.
Kessner, pinch hitting for Raymer, takes the fastball inside for a ball.
Come on, Greg.
Played very, very well. And it's a credit to both squads and county.
First 2 down here in the Toronto ninth, and Steubenville leading 6-2. McCutchen trying to go the route. Time is called, no pitch, as Scotty stepped out.
Come on, Greg.
Toronto hoping to keep it alive here. They need 4 to tie and 5 to take the lead. McCutchen stretches. The fastball is popped out of play over the Toronto dugout on the third base side, and the count is 1-2, so McCutchen 1 strike away. He's 1 pitch away. I'm reporting Steubenville's 26th victory of the season, and also his 6th pitching victory against only 2 defeats. Greg stretches, the pitch, way inside, and it's 2-2 to Kessner. On deck, Jeff Smith. Here it comes. Outside, and the count is full. As the Steubenville crowd moves along, but it's outside, and it's 3-2. Scardino will be looking for the pitch. prediction. 2 on and 2 out to Jeff Smith. So Toronto's still alive here in the ninth. Garnita trots down to second, while Jackson was running down to second in the 3-2 pitch. 2 on and 2 out to Jeff Smith. His first appearance at the plate. Smitty is 12 for 50, hitting .240. No homers and 7 RBI. Fastball for a strike to Jeff. On deck, Brian Hellier, hoping that Smith will keep it going. 2 on, 2 out in the ninth. 6-2 Steubenville. Curveball, swung on and missed for strike 2. And again, Hudson 1 pitch away from winning the game. Smith will step out and talk with Coach Grimm. Coach Grimm is looking into the dugout. We're going to have another pinch hitter. Pinch runner, number 16, trotting down to first base, and that's Dave Maple, and he's going to be running for Kessner. Maple pinch running.
Dave Maple, number 16. Now running.
Smith gets back into the batter's box. It's Kessner studying back to the dugout. Getting a hand for the Toronto squad as he drew a 2-out walk to keep it alive for Toronto here in the ninth. They're 1 strike away from losing. Fastball popped on the right side and out of play. You're 0 for 1 today, Noel. That's your first prediction. The count hangs at 0 and 2 is Smith hanging in there against McCutcheon. McCutcheon's walked 3, struck out 3, but given only 3 hits. Top of the ninth, 6-2. Do or die for Toronto. Fastball pops straight back, and Smitty has fouled 2 off in a row. Battle all year as has post 33. Here she comes. It's low. It's 2 and 1. Excuse me, 1 and 2. Smith hanging in there, has fouled 2 off on the 0-2. And now the count is 1 and 2. And Hellier on deck. The check of the 2 runners. Here it comes. It's inside and it's 2 and 2. Toronto is still alive. The flag is slightly ever to left center. Tying run is on deck. 2-2 pitch. Is chopped to the right side. Davis over. He fields. On to another attack. It's 2-33. For the 32nd time. Will it play with the Legion tournament in Athens, Ohio. The team is August 8th. Here's the final score. A 12-play game. Steubenville 6 and Toronto 2. Back for the wrap-up after these messages.
You gotta take it slow now, man.
The switch is on, Colin. You got the switch?
Okay, tell him that.
I'll talk with you later.
Up high, up high, up high, up high.
Hero Field.
Walk over the top.
To their respective dugouts.
Keep on.
Getting ready for the presentation of awards for the winning squad post 33, their 32nd trip to the state tournament. And Toronto coming close with an excellent battle. They lose at 6-2. Steubenville now in at 26 and 10, and Toronto 31 and 24. Another fun game here from Vaquero.
Go ahead. Really all season long, it's been broadcasted as several drama fans.
Okay.
Very fine young players, coach, his staff,
Steubenville, 6 runs, 12 hits, 2 errors, and 12 left. Toronto, 2 runs on 3 hits, 1 error, and 7 left. Greg McCutcheon going the distance. He's 6 and 2. He threw 110 pitches. The losing pitcher, Jimmy Hill, is 2 and 4. Relieved by Larry King in the 5th and Robbie Lucas in the 7th. We'll be back for more of the wrap-up after this message.
Here I'd like to extend thank you to the visionary of Danny Vaquero, Tony Caramana, Robert Scanlon for having the vision to have this facility built. Also for the many volunteers who put in their time.
John, let's put that down and get it.
Many contributors who donated their funds to do this. I think Steubenville has a first-class baseball facility that is the envy of any. This time I would like to have the members of the Toronto baseball team and the managers please come out along the sideline.
Is that right?
Back over here, I thought it was going to catch it. It's hard to see through this screen. We just saw Diaz. I tell you what, we need a heck of a try on it.
Scardino.
This time I'd like to introduce all the players from Toronto and have them step forward and pick up their respective trophies. Bernie Allen.
In the 5th, and Ty Allen a bunt single in the 5th, as Greg McCutcheon was really in trouble as he was in command of his pitches this evening, Joe, and he pitched an outstanding game for Post 33. And he had the big hit.
Post 33 from the Toronto point of view. I know that they're somewhat dejected, but I feel that they still should be very proud. I'm sure
All three of these guys have been former players, so back here, get that order.
Your wrap-up being brought to you by Center Video, and we'll be back for a final comment after this message. Congratulations being made out on the field to the Toronto squad, which is made up of senior accepting the runner-up trophy for Post 86 of Toronto. Now, I'm not sure, but I think we may be broadcasting another game or two in the regular season. As these two fine squads will be meeting again. It all holds true on Friday in Toronto. And next Friday here at the field at 8 o'clock. We still have two more games scheduled. We'll be letting you know here on 1340 WSTG about that possibility. Also, we'll be on from Edmond that we would have covered either squad had they been victorious. Toronto we would have covered in Steubenville. It will be Steubenville Post 33. 10th District Legion champs for the 32nd time. Toronto, as Joe Nolan told you, making a real battle of it. And they will be heard of in the future because they've got some fine players on the Toronto Post 86 Legion squad. Joe, any final comment before we sign off? Joe would like to thank you for your fine color commentary. You've done a super job here with the Legion ball games. I'd like also to thank Keith Tucker and Rick Wojcik for turning all the dials back at the station. Most of all, we'd like to thank all of our fine Steubenville and Toronto sponsors. Speaking of Steubenville TV and Cable, Ames Potato Chips, Crown Carpet, Stacy's IGA, Travel Masters, Carlane Sports, Earl Norman Hair Salon, Frog's Place, the Pizza Hut, Black Funeral Home, One American Nation, Yankowski Insurance, Bill's Home and Auto, and your wrap-up sponsor, Center Video. Once again, your final score from Vaquero Field in the 10th District Legion Tournament Championship. Steubenville, 6 runs coming on 12 hits, 2 errors, and 12 left. Toronto, 2 runs on 3 hits, 1 error, and 7 left. For Joe, Keith, and Rick, John Neese from Vaquero Field. Have yourself a very nice evening.
Stefano is good on that. 6-2. 6.
You were out there. I didn't know it hit his glove. I heard it on the fence line. Who's going to play those 2 games?
General handyman John Wall.
I want you to know that it wasn't picking on anybody. If I get a coach, I pay 60 cents. My wife is running this land. She pays 60 cents.
All I told you was that some places give you 12 or nothing. I'm just saying.
We got a lot of debt here.
Okay, it was 150 cents. That's all it was, or 60 cents.
And it wasn't the basing part of
Also, I'd like to ask your
What's that?
Hey, come on, you guys. I'm trying to videotape this and put it in the air. I'll take care of everything.
Okay, Ange. Thanks.
I know he was. I told him off.
Did he call me?
No, he called me up.
It's on
Memorial Award in the honor of one